Hi Pisces. Some of you have been experiencing this weekend huge headaches. This could be because the energy, there's a portal we are going through since yesterday, the 20th, 21st, 22nd of February. Very intense numerology, 2222, right? 2022. Master builder. We are building the rest of our life when it comes to our creativity, our mission, getting clear with our dream, and also finding in all that the right balance, the equilibrium within ourselves, the space that allows us to be the healer that we are, Pisces. Now, you see the healer card here. There's a lot of snakes coming through today as well. You have the warrior and the orphan here. So a lot that has to do with balancing relationship as well, cooperation, soul tribes. As you're stepping into the role of the healer, Pisces, and you do have here the card of spiritual teacher, and that is you becoming a guide, becoming someone who can actually inspire others, who can guide others through their own healing, because you are going through your own. You have here your life purpose implies that you form others in spirituality, in healing, that you help them find this balance within, find the balance with their own world, with their own purpose as well. And the snake image, again, coming through, as you know, has to do with, you know, when the snake sheds its own skin, there is this moment, this transitional moment where there's no skin, right? There's the old and the new hasn't yet come. And in that particular moment, we are very vulnerable. We're like babies. There's no skin, there's nothing, there's no protection. And so what you might have felt as headaches, you know, that could be your energies that are so sensitive and so pure that, let's say, you spend a whole day by yourself in your own energetic field, right? And then comes in your loved one or someone, you know, your person or anyone else in your field. And then you have to readapt to that frequency, right? You have to adapt, because from this cave mode where you are completely pure, then there has to be a certain compromise, but we have to make sure that we don't cross the line. You have a fault line here, because sometimes there is this willingness to englobe the other in our own energy, to find the balance in that relationship. And because your energy is so pure, you might fall very quickly into the impurities of the other. And it's not that the other is better or worse. It's just that as you're refining your own frequencies, not everybody else is. You might be inspiring others, but that means that you, as a sustainer, which, you know, the sustainer is often, it's the mother, it's the feminine figure, the divine feminine in the family that takes care of everyone, right? Cancer energy. Sustaining someone else, there is a line where that cannot be crossed. And that's where you need to, for your own sanity, so you can actually continue healing, inspiring this very person, let's say, your energy needs to be protected. And that means that there needs to be like a default mode that becomes more automatic, that is perhaps not automatic yet, where when you are, let's say, in your own state whole, right? You feel good. The other person comes, You need to be able to have that your state doesn't change one bit. And that means, listen to your body. If you feel a bit of a contraction, you have to come back. You have to come back to inside. And it's truly living from the inside, because very quickly we get out. And that is where we get messed up. You know, there's a melting pot that becomes negative. But there is a way to stay here completely and fiercely. There's courage that is needed here, practicing this so that we are ready and unmovable like a rock. Like, we cannot be changed. Our internal state cannot be changed by any external circumstance. And this has to do with a conversation on the phone. It has to do with, I went to the market and blah, 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 and I felt all those energies. We need to really, really master this unmovability, right, Pisces? Because if not, you go to extremes, especially right now, where you get out of alignment, your vibration gets completely messed up. And it can affect your health, physical health, okay? Because, so that, coming back to those archetypes here, you have the dead end. And that's, the dead end is saying, yeah, stop. There is an end to how I was. There is an end to how over flexible I was. And I'm no longer letting that happen. It's a choice, but it's also a practice. And this has to do also with relationships, Pisces. We've talked a lot about that. The orphan archetype has to do with abandonment issues, feeling, you know, all the negative stuff coming through. You might have felt also through this portal this weekend and this beginning of the week, a lot of big down and big up, like ecstatic bliss and feeling the love for all and all of that, and then triggered by a little word or something, an energy of someone who is not as clear, who is more confused. You take that on, and then you feel messed up and you go down. Your thoughts seem to be uncontrollable, and they are all about this past, you know, the hurt, the trauma, the paranoia, all of that stuff. And it becomes overwhelming, and it feels like it's eating you. But what you can do in that moment is to be aware of what is happening. You know, it's just passing. It's just, and it might not be the reality of the situation. So it is just, as you are getting slowly but surely closer to the light and to true compassion, unconditional love, acceptance, and feeling that ecstasy, there is at the same time, you know, the ego comes and says, oh no, I don't want to let go, and comes and tries to, the mind becomes even more negative and overwhelming. So that's what Muji called the guru mind attack in Portugal. This kind of like, because the ego, it feels like it's being let go of, it's even more fiercely trying to attach itself, right? So let's be very aware of that and continue knowing that we are in a very vulnerable state, you know, the transitional state of the snake between the two skins, and we need to continue practicing towards the light. You have here practice, practice, practice. Practice every day can help you get closer to perfection when it comes to your talents, and give you more confidence. And that's so true. It's by doing, by actually practicing and doing the stuff that you want to do, that's practically taking the steps towards it, not just thinking about it or feeling, okay, that's my dream and that's what I want, and just keep it in your head. No, if you start practicing, learning slowly but surely, day by day, putting an hour here and there every single day, you will see how this starts to put on a spiral where your confidence builds up, because the more you do something, the more it becomes clear how you have to do it, and things start, inspiration comes. So this is very important. And you're also asked to have patience here, Pisces. What you are asking for is in on its way. Have patience. There are a few series of conditions that you can't see yet that are moving themselves behind the scene to make whatever you are wishing for happen. Okay? So that's really important, to surrender time. That there is only this moment, that we are doing this only here and now. You have here, living in the now with dolphin. Which means, very simply, just doing what needs to be done. Like with no thought of it, just you feel something that, you know, that would make me feel good, I'm gonna do it. And that's it. And I do it. And then once you're doing it, don't overthink about it or judge anything of it. Just continue every single day putting on time in it. That's all. And also, what is coming through, Pisces, is that as you're going through, remember, this abandonment issues, all the survival fears, right? The survival fears, this is simply the very basic mode of human mode, which is not evolved spiritually, which is very much, I need to survive, I need to, you know, all the very material things that come out of, that are acted out of fear. You know, I don't want to be alone, I don't want to die. That's a very conditional fear, very foundational fear. All of the panic, anxiety, stress, all the contractions, this is survival fear. This is all the pain and suffering that we've gone through. And Pisces has elevated so much the past 6 months, the past year. And it's been very hard. But now you're starting to get into this new paradigm. And you're right there, Pisces. It's just that you need to continue believing, continue putting in the steps in the practical way. And keeping hope instead of desperation. By the way, we have 333 on the table here. The renewed hope instead of the desperation from before, the victimhood. I can't. Start saying yes and just doing and just believing and just acting as if, Pisces, because you are on the way. And what comes through always is this unconditional love. The last readings has been very powerful when it comes to that number 7 here. Unconditional love. That's unconditional love for yourself, for others, but that's beyond truly personalization. It's beyond, oh, I need to love myself, or I need to love my neighbor, or, you know, moral issues. It's truly finding this vibration within you that is permanent, that is, you know, you have a heart. Everybody has a heart and electromagnetic field. And this can be felt at all times. It is just a focus, an attention of the mind in the heart. That's what it is. And once you live from there at every single moment, that's the practice as well, Pisces. You feel your heart that starts to open up. There's more space. It's no longer about stories, drama, or details of a relationship or people. You know, all of those, that's very mind and ego oriented, all the details, the facts, the gossip, you know, all of that. You are beyond that. There is a spaciousness, a lifting, where you can see things from a higher perspective, like a bird's eye view. And you start to feel truly your heart itself expand, where you are feeling the other, but the other is also you. There's a connection. And once you get there, it's not even getting there because it's here, right? But it's once you are truly rooted there through your attention in the beginning with practice, and then it becomes automatic, right? It's a reconditioning, rewiring until it becomes natural flow. Once you are here, Pisces, here. That is when nothing can move you, because there's such space that anything more contracted, you're gonna see it, you're gonna, maybe feel it, all of that, but you know that it's just a cloud passing and it's just a story and it will go and that's it. And I know it's easy to say, but to practice it, to actually be in that moment is much harder. And believe me, I'm going through this experience myself. So we are all going through it in a very real way right now. Because we are seeking karmic balance. We are seeking until we don't seek anymore, right, Pisces? This balance perhaps is found when you go beyond your own karma. And what is creating karma? Creating karma is when you are in your own personality, your own situation, very limited, and you react to situations, circumstances in this limited way. But once you elevate yourself, there is a space that allows you to not be acting in the karma, to not create more karma for yourself, because there is more space. You are not you as the ego partaking in the story. You have become, they call it the witness, but you have become that presence that sees all. It doesn't mean that you don't act on anything, but your action will be based on calm, serenity, and non-judgment. And that is really powerful, Pisces, because when you get there, when you're here, it's no longer about you or anyone else. There is an insight, a clarity that comes through, and the action is taken sometimes without you even knowing it. It just happens. And that's the beauty, the magic of it. That's when divine is talking through you. That's when you are living through, you're living as the divine, as more than yourself, transcended. Okay, Pisces? So also the fault line is calling to the fact that there is no fault, there is no guilt, Pisces. Perhaps some of you need to forgive yourself for something. What would that be? Oh, who would you need to forgive? And that doesn't mean that you need to go and talk to that person and go through the whole forgiving thing and all that. It's forgiving in your heart, because if there's still resentment in your heart, you have a contraction, you have an actual lack of space within you that is not allowing you to expand fully. So that can be perhaps taken into consideration, Pisces. The mountain came through. Remember, we were talking about the mountain last readings, and the mountain is, we're always like, oh, I'm climbing a mountain, I'm climbing a mountain. Maybe the mountain itself is you. You're the mountain, you're the obstacle. You're making it a linear thing, that it's this and this and this and this. Maybe right now in this present moment, you can clash all of it like a lightning bolt, and you can just come back in the core of the mountain, the center where it's warm. There's no need to go at the superficial level, go up, up, up. Maybe we need to go in, Pisces. Now here, a lot has to do with some of your authors. You have here the writer, to conserve knowledge and information. Gnosis came here as well, knowledge, esoteric knowledge, occultism, spiritual knowledge. But remember, when it comes to knowledge, we need to be very careful, because knowledge can also become the obstacle. How can we be in the now and be with the tree if we are conceptualizing the fact that it is a tree, that it's, that's a tree? But that's a filter of the mind. If you're truly living here in the moment and feel the tree, you might start to feel the vibration, the aliveness within the tree itself and within you, and how energy is transmitted between you and the tree at this beautiful magical level of vibration. So isn't that getting at the heart of life, of the mountain, living life from the core vibration of aliveness? Or is it conceptualizing and thinking life through? Are we truly living, or are we thinking our life, Pisces? Are we truly practicing, doing our thing, or are we just thinking it? You have here a theme of saying that this summer, everything that you have desired is coming this summer for some of you. A personal message here for if there's a baby girl or something that has to do with your daughter. They're saying that the answer to your question here is in relation to your daughter. So that could be significant for some of you. Now, we have here the Messiah, finishing up archetype. To serve all the human beings with humility, Pisces. That's the luminous aspect. And the dark aspect, like, you know, the dual world that we all live in, there's the coin, there's the two sides of it. The dark aspect of it would be that feeling that you know everything, you know, this knowledge thing, and that you becoming very self-centered, and that's the spiritual ego that we really don't want to get into. So here, as you are stepping into the role of spiritual teacher or healer, guide, however you want to call it, Pisces, remember humility. You remember a true guide has gone beyond its own. So there's no thinking of itself. It just has become a clear channel. It just flows through. It just allows. You're not even really here, right? You're so here that you're not here. You have disappeared, Pisces. And the angels here, your card today is gratitude. Thank you. This is a heartfelt thanks to you from someone you recently helped in some way. I, your guardian angel, also wish to thank you for the unconditional love you emanate to the earth, humanity, and those around you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You are eternally blessed. May peace, grace, and love forever guide you along your sacred path. So Pisces, remember that in your role of the healer, you're not the ultimate sustainer. That if you're going to be sustaining inspiration and healing into others, then you should not feel like you need to sustain. It's an effortless surrender to becoming a channel, a free love channel. That liberates you in the process and liberates others. But you are not as an ego person trying to help others. You're liberating yourself, and that liberates others. Okay, Pisces. I hope this was helpful. Please do take care, and I will see you tomorrow.